Hello, this is my AEP 859 case study. So starting out with a summary of this situation. So Kim is the assistant principal at Triscuit Middle School, a 7th through 8th building that serves 650 diverse students. About 80% of the population is African American, 17% is white, and 3% is identified as other. TMS has about 65% of students on free and reduced lunch. TMS also contains classes of mixed inclusion students, regular education students, and multiple disability students. TMS has low parent participation and involvement at their school. At TMS, most of the teachers and staff are white and prefer a more traditional teaching method, so like lectures, paper and pencil assessments, more norm-referenced tests, and then they really rely on their Holt-McDougall curriculum. As an administrator, Kim has a few concerns with this. There is little authentic assessment opportunities in the classrooms for students. There is a lack of multicultural learning opportunities for students and a lack of differentiation of instruction with assessment for special education students and students needing those modifications and differentiation. There's also a lack of writing opportunities that they have identified. Triscuit Middle School is in its second year of school improvement, and they have been assigned state coaches to improve in their math and reading. The main focus of this is on assessment of writing and short answer or extended response prompts, both in math and reading. So in the math and the reading exam, many students were uncomfortable with the writing response and they simply just didn't do them, so they skipped over them. So they're wanting to work on writing in all subject areas and all content areas to become better at responding to those prompts. So Kim believes there needs to be a change in how writing is taught. There's a new writing model called formula writing, a structured writing approach to fit all content areas that has been proposed for the school and the teachers to use to help with their students struggling to write. So teachers have been given resources and professional development on the model. Expectations were set and clear for teachers to use this model in each subject area daily. And then Ellen, a coach or a writing model trainer, came back to work again with teachers on step-by-step instruction and procedures for how to engage students in this structured writing format. So the question kind of we're focusing on is how can Kim encourage this engagement with writing and continue to foster this engagement and focus on writing through all of the classes for these students. Some legal and ethical issues that have arisen during this case study. So legally, students with disabilities are not receiving differentiated instruction, which is ensured to them by the law. And then as well, every student is allowed a free and appropriate education through FAPE. And I think in some aspects in the school and what the students are learning and how the teachers are teaching, they aren't necessarily receiving that. Ethically, there's an issue with not promoting the current or future success of students. So just doing what teachers are comfortable with and what they have always done instead of going out and researching new practices. And then there's a lack of equitable academic instructional practices, resources, and services. So that same thing, teachers aren't extending themselves to go beyond what the textbook has provided them. They haven't gone beyond those norm-referenced assessments. They're just sticking with their paper and pencil and lecture, not really branching out beyond that. So to kind of summarize and synthesize this, Triscuit Middle School administration wants to improve student performance and success through high quality, equitable, and improved academic instruction with a new writing model to use across all grade levels and subject areas. So the facts of this case, the people involved, so there is Kim, she is the assistant principal Ellen, who is a trainer. There are some state coaches that have come in with the school improvement process from the state, district leaders, teachers, and then also students. The place is Triscuit Middle School. It is in Rockford City. It's an urban district, so 83 African American or other, and there are 80 staff members, most of whom are white. The program, so it's a public school. There are mixed classes, diverse students, and a non-diverse staff, like I mentioned earlier, traditional instruction, and lacking differentiation. So to review and prioritize a lot of the things in this case, there is a lack of differentiation and culturally responsive teaching among teachers. So teachers are teaching what they are comfortable with, what they have always done. There's a lack of academic equity to promote future student success. There's a lack of confidence from students when it comes to writing prompts. So the proposed formula writing model, students take the question or the prompt, they put it in the middle in a circle, create a wheel for the topic, and then add a sequence of spokes. So draw lines out to create a wheel and generate topic sentences and connect ideas together in that way. So kind of brain mapping it. If nothing is done about the current situation at the school, there's going to be damage to relationships with stakeholders over low performance. There's going to be continued negative learning environments for students. They're going to become really frustrated with teachers or from teachers. And then there's going to be damage to the school's reputation. So damage to the teacher's reputation, staff, admin, district, students. It could just become a really bad situation. So some options and consequences. How can Kim encourage this engagement with writing? So option 1, she could take no action, continue on as normal and make no changes to the curriculum. Option 2 is directive control. So Kim assigns a plan of action and there is no teacher input or no control over that. Option 3 is directive informational. So Kim offers a range of choices as a plan of action and teachers choose one. Option 4 is collaborative. Kim and the teachers work together to select a plan. And option 5 is non-directive. So Kim allows the teachers to have full control. So evaluating these options, pros and cons for each one. So option 1, taking no action. This is obviously the easiest thing to do. But it's not the right thing to do. No curriculum changes does not set students up for success. Option 2, directive control. So clear expectations will be set, but teachers won't feel included or motivated to change if they're just being directed and told what to do. Option 3, directive informational. So pre-planned choices are good for teachers, but that might cause some confusion. It might cause some disagreement. Option 4, collaborative. Allows teachers to create their own plan, but it might take extra time and cause some issues and disagreement as well. And then option 5 is non-directive. So agency and choice are good for teachers, but this might not make the best plan with no direction or no goal, just kind of a free-for-all. You might not come to a conclusion at all. So the best option for this, I believe, as of right now, is option 4, the collaborative approach. So Kim and the teachers should work together to select a plan, maintain a positive collaboration culture with teachers. Kim would be showing teachers that she trusts them. Teachers have capacity to evaluate, develop, and implement. So her trusting them with that really shows them she's putting a lot of confidence in them. Use data and research best practices to ensure high quality and equitable academic instructional practices. So teachers can do their own research, figure out what's going to work best or what has worked best in other districts and other schools. And this might take a while to implement, but we will have a high rate of teacher buy-in. Thinking about implementing it, communicate and share a plan with other building and district leaders. Include PLC leaders and department heads in a discussion of goals for changing the writing curriculum and expectations for PLC collaboration time. Make sure you allow PLCs to analyze current data, curriculum, and teachings. Ask PLCs to research writing programs, culturally responsive teaching, and inclusive teaching methods and models. Have the PLC groups test out new methods in their own classrooms, kind of give it a test run, and then provide repeated, consistent collaboration time on this topic until you come to a conclusion. So gather findings from each PLC to make the curriculum improvements by the end of the year. So obviously this one, this would be the option that I would choose if I had a staff that I was really confident was going to rise to the challenge. But if this didn't work, I would probably want to take a more directive approach where I provide them with the different options and they kind of collaborate to choose. But I really think each staff is different and it might take a couple of tries to get them to implement this. But I always think that you should at least start in a spot where teachers get some sort of choice. And there are the standards for this assignment. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really enjoyed this class.